We're talking about ACE2 receptors that are higher in diabetics and pre-diabetics, where the spike protein can then do its job, right? And you're thinking that all this endothelial damage, right? All the lining of all your arteries are being damaged, and you don't have the proper equilibrium where the repair can meet the damage. Yeah. Instead, you've got too much damage and you can't meet the repair. Okay. That's damage to the endothelium. That's what's driving this cardiovascular disease and all this clotting that we see in COVID.
Right.
Right. It's the endothelial lining that's being damaged. And there's so many things that we do in our lifestyle that damage the endothelial lining. Smoking's one of them. It's a toxin, right? It damages the endothelial cells, right? High glucose.
So tell me more about that. So high glucose, smoking, what else?
Smoking, any sort of environmental toxin, PM 2.5, right? Okay. Any sort of pollutant, right? So anything that can damage the glycocalyx. Okay. So glycocalyx is really fascinating because imagine a wet fish. Do you really touch the fish? There's this slimy layer on it.
Right.
Right? That slimy layer is the glycocalyx. Think of that lining your arteries. So nothing really touches the endothelial cells that are on the other side of that glycocalyx, like mucus layer. That needs to stay protected. High blood sugars, uric acid, a decrease in nitric oxide, clotting, all these things affect this glycocalyx, and we want to preserve this. But that is how we start atherosclerotic lesions. Start right there.
Right.
You got basically like a cut. You got a clot that forms over it, and then we're trying to repair that. So we make another membrane over it. We try to get some more endothelial cells to put on top of that to try to replace what's damaged. So this is constant repair and damage that we're constantly doing. And it's how good is your repair system?
Well, that's where the lipoproteins come in, right? And that's why they get fingered for heart disease. But they're really just trying to fix what you're ruining with all your blood sugar spikes.
Yes.
And whatever else, like you said, I don't know.
Yes.
All
no,
the
you're
causes.
Totally right. You're totally right. It's like an immune reaction to a repair, right? And those tiny little particles, right? LDL particles, but these are apolipoprotein B, a high particle number, very small, dense LDL particles. Remember this?
Yeah.
Right? So very small, dense LDL particles. And when they've been sticking around longer, they get glycated and oxidized. And that's exactly what a macrophage loves, right? The white blood cell, macrophage, it goes in there and it senses this, right? And this is part of the repair system. And it goes in there and becomes a foam cell, and it becomes unstable, essentially, is when it breaks off and we've got this stroke, heart attack.